All right, fellas, welcome back to another exciting edition of Third String Pod. This time we're going to start it off a little different, and I'm going to throw it to myself for a recap of the game that happened on Thursday. So the game started well. The Cowboys executed to perfection the blueprint that they wanted, but not really, because very early on in the game, Seattle got a quick touchdown, 73-yard pass from Gino to DK. Um, but nevertheless, the Cowboys offense still rolled, got up 17-7, and then once again carried the lead kind of late in the half to 20-14. And it looked like the Cowboys were in the process of executing the blueprint to perfection. But Seattle got a late touchdown, courtesy of some bland misfortune, and it really started to show mentally that he was not in the game. And with Seattle taking the lead in the half, we had a game on our hands. The second half then went underway, kind of slow third quarter with each team trading touchdowns. But the Cowboys kicked into gear, as did their defense, with some critical stops in the fourth quarter. After one more touchdown drive by Seattle, the Cowboys defense stepped up and stopped them 3 times on possession, and the Cowboys offense led by Dak Prescott, who always did the assignment, who did his homework, and was the only Cowboy that looked the same as he did the last 5 weeks with another incredible performance. Questionable decisions by McCarthy late in the game that some have absolutely barbecued him over, which was going for it going for a pass play on that last possession, but ultimately it didn't matter as the Cowboys won 41-35 on an exciting Thursday night game. So fellas, let's go right into it. Thoughts overall on the game? I know some thought this was the last easy step into a difficult December, but and I kind of thought the same thing as well. This is the game I was least worried about, especially compared to Washington. So when we had a fight on our hands, I was very emotional and very excitable. But how did you guys take it?
Yeah, I think one thing I wasn't expecting was this large of a shootout. But everything that Seattle did were things and holes that we talked about in the past, especially with Deron Bland getting beat the way he did. And so Seattle took advantage of that. DK Metcalf was killing him. I know Jack Smith and Jigba's touchdown didn't count, but basically gets him down to the 1 yard line. They go ahead and score from there. And every time they kept crossing his face. Like every cut that the receiver made on Bland, they were gonna get the ball. The first touchdown, there is one angle, I guess from the Geno Smith view, where Donovan Wilson gets looked off very easily, but Deron Bland got killed. No safety help.
This is me throwing the flag on Weezy. But
Hey,
go ahead.
I see both of y'all want to react. We can go ahead and go from there.
Okay. Hey, I tried to warn y'all last week or 2 weeks ago. I tried to warn y'all weeks ago. CD wasn't the only one with the scope out, bro. Them Seahawks always had that shit on him, bro. And it's gonna be ugly. I mean, especially that Dolphins game. Not to like look too far ahead, but if this is how he's gonna be playing, especially when he's going up against like some quality receivers, it's not boding too well towards that DPOY campaign. And Rudy, to your point about the whole Donovan Wilson thing, that man didn't cover 2, bro. There was only one receiver on that side. I don't understand.
I don't know what Donovan Wilson's
No, not Donovan Wilson.
Oh.
Bland. That man got none. There was nobody else over there, bro. There's not much of a threat. So I don't understand. Like, I'm not asking you to like break up the pass, but how about we make the tackle? Like,
yeah, and he definitely tries to go under on that, and there was just nothing to be done there. And again, like
make the tackle.
No, I get what you're saying, but he wasn't going to catch him, and based on the angle he took, based on his angle that he took, he was done. He was cooked. With the ball on the money, he had no play to make at that point.
That's why you make the tackle. That's all I'm asking for.
Well, to be honest, I didn't really that touchdown didn't bother me that much. Just because, hey, this happens. they get paid too on the other side of the ball. You see, because we see it happen with Diggs against Cooper Cup last year. I don't really care. That's just a good play by DK. But the the part I did have a problem with was that there was two drives. One where he missed a tackle and Seattle got a first down, and then later on in that half was where he gave up I guess the catch prior to the Njigba no touchdown. But you could see Al Harris was screaming at him, and then after
Oh,
that man
the
he looked completely mentally shot after that, and that's what I was very concerned about. Even though that man with Bland was proving me right that he kind of fooled, but nah, not really. But that was the only thing I was really worried about is that if he does get got, does he have the mental capacity? Not mental capacity, but can he get his mentals right if he's in a bad way? And to his credit, in the second half, he did get right.
Look, man. I think Smith and Jigba saw the film, and he said, "Oh, I'm having a homecoming when I come back to DFW." Because I don't know if that was real or not, but I did see someone say he put out an IG story saying that he gonna put on a show. And credit to Cleat, he took away that touchdown. But that man had a that man had Bland in an awful place the entire game. Ian, you mentioned that third down, bro. How you not make that tackle? Not not I ain't asking you to break up the pass. I ain't asking you to be locked down. Just bro, do what you've been doing all year, make that tackle. Um at the end of the half before Cleat took the dream away from Smith and Jigba. I don't understand. Of all like you the play before, to Ian's point, Seattle was just content with going into the locker room with a field goal attempt. They had no business going deep. That man 12 yards off the ball. And then and then after he just gives up the first down, we don't want to be 12 yards off the ball again when it's what, 6 seconds on the clock? Like, okay. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, to your point, Ian, there's going to be some tough receivers. It starts this week, and I mean, not everybody's going to be like, we've been able to get by with not everybody being kind of like Seattle, but these next couple opponents, minus Buffalo, they got the receiving core to really make it pay. So
No, 100%. I mean, we definitely don't want to see the matchup of AJ Brown and Deron Bland against each other, and I think Dan Quinn will try to scheme against that. I noticed in the second half that they had Gilmore really shadowing DK Metcalf, and so hopefully we do some adjustments there, but you still have Devontae Smith to worry about, and so it's going to be a tough one, man. And now we don't have to get too far ahead. We're still on the Cowboys against Seattle, but the Eagles have their own defensive back problems as well. But yeah, no, as far as our defense stopping them, we're going to have to scheme some stuff up because it was atrocious, actually. Genuinely, that was atrocious defense by Deron Bland.
Yeah, so if we could stay on the defensive side of the ball and look at the defense as a whole, in the first half, I mean, so I've kind of been wrestling with their performance. I was very upset, Justin. We were talking live during that game. You knew how upset I was and throwing out just about every expletive I knew. But
dramatic,
when it
but
came, huh?
I said that's a little dramatic, but go
all
ahead.
right, cool. But yeah, in the second half they stepped it up, and if we really think about it, the entire defensive performance kind of came down to Bland just having a stinky first half, and that's kind of how I've gotten to the conclusion of that game. When they were all straight, when Dan Quinn made his adjustment in the second half, I thought they looked a lot better. So that's how I saw it. But so on the scale of positive, negative, I think overall it was a pretty average game for them, but not a terrible performance. But I'm curious to how you guys would rate them that night.
To the standard that they have proven the past couple of years, and then the way that they hold themselves, I think we can all agree, them included, would say that was a very below average performance. I mean, if you think about it, like, credit to them, they made those two fourth down stops when it mattered, and obviously Bland made a pick, even though they didn't get points off it, but it still stopped, and that was all in the second half. But time and time again,
I can see that man ready to.
Yeah, and I think additionally too, it felt like we played sloppier. I know there was laundry all over the field with flags flying the entire game both ways, but also like you have Marquise Bell with the face mask. I know we had multiple PIs. We had the Fowler offside where he just lined up offside. He didn't even jump.
Well,
And
that's
so,
always gonna happen with him.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
but it honestly felt like we just played a nastier game, even outside of the performance on the field. Just we weren't even clean with our stuff.
See, what's interesting though is I think that is their average performance. They just didn't have a lead to make it look, like they were playing. Like that's how they normally play. They just didn't have that lead, and then they didn't have like a good stop in the red zone to make the other team settle for a field goal. Seattle was just kind of doing what they wanted early on. And like I said, I think it all kind of comes down to just Bland having a bad performance, which happens in the NFL. Cornerbacks will have a bad, 30 minutes. But I just kind of think that's where the defense's performance is. It is how it was. But
before we put the gravestone on the defense for this week, I do think DeMarcus Lawrence deserves a shout out. That old man, respectfully, that man be getting dirt thrown on him for whatever reason, just because he ain't a superstar. But that man made the two most important plays for you, in my opinion, on the fourth downs. He made the actual stop, that 1 4th down, and then yeah, you could say maybe DJ Dallas screwed up the play by being lethargic, getting across the formation on that 4th down to win the game. But old Tank had that thing sniffed out and blew up the lineman to affect Dallas's path. So I know everybody want to point to Micah on that play, but I think Tank gonna need to get his real flowers on those two sequences. That's what being a leader is right there. That man said a play had to be made to win this game, and he made two.
yeah, and also just once again, what a great nickname for DeMarcus Lawrence, Tank. It's not one of those lame D-Law or something like that. But also speaking of players from the former administration of Jason Garrett, Jordan Lewis also deserved a credit for a couple of critical pass breakups, I think on 3rd down, late in those drives. But
yeah, to force the 4th and 2 or whatever it was. Yeah, that was a great pass breakup. Good call.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so before we get to the offense, man, I think it's kind of interesting. We could talk about McCarthy and some of his questionable calls. Now, I think he was 2 out of 3 of the calls of him playing, being positive and paying off. One was going for it on 4th down. Was it after the Bland pick?
Oh yeah, yes. It was a CD drop.
Yeah, there was that one, and then there was how he handled the late game, that play call sequence, and then there was something else that happened early on in the game that
he declined the penalty.
Oh yeah.
Instead of making it 2nd and 19, it was like 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8 or something like that.
Yeah, I think I know where everyone. Yeah, I think I know where everyone falls on it though, but I don't know if you guys want to talk about that because I also think if you look on the other side of the field on Pete Carroll, that man had a stinky performance too, and I think Mike McCarthy did just enough to, he did more than enough to put his team in a better position than Pete Carroll ever did put his team in position to win.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I'll start with the early game decision to decline the penalty, and it's a 3rd and 7 rather than a 2nd and 19. Okay, hindsight is what it is, but if we're at a 3rd and 7 and it's the Dallas defense that we had seen all year, you would believe in your team to make that one play. Of course, it's against Deron Bland, if I'm not wrong, that the pass to the left side goes to. I'm not super upset about that, although 2nd and 19 sounds good.
I just think it's betting on your team, on your boys.
It is.
So I don't have a problem with it.
It is. And I think
and honestly, that was so early.
Yeah, I think and then going to late in the game, I think he was betting on his defense again to say that, look, even if there's a minute left, if we're up by 6, I'll trust my defense to get a stop here. And I was – maybe you run some more clock out, but I was fine with it, really. I don't like the idea that, Okay, yeah, the clock does stop, but I don't mind trusting your defense, and I do. The way we were playing, the way we were stopping Seattle at that point in the game, I felt comfortable with a 6 point lead. I didn't, some people were like force it to the end zone or just run it, but I think the option we chose, while not the greatest, it was fine.
Oh, you want me to talk? Oh, my bad. No, I don't have a problem. I mean, whatever on it. Like the whole passing instead of running thing. That's much to do about nothing. I mean, quite honestly, that play was so low risk, but Seattle just called the right defense and the right coverage, and Dak essentially threw it away. So it was supposed to be a shallow. They played zone, and you know what? Credit to Dak, but the way I ain't gonna throw no names out there, but the way some of these receivers have been failure to recognize zone versus man and a shallow concept, I wouldn't want to throw the ball either to them on that concept. But nonetheless, I don't really have a problem with it. That dude was being aggressive, and all the him and hawing about the Garrett years, about not being aggressive and taking the game. That man was trying to at least do that, at least in the second half decisions. That first quarter one, who really cares? That was like drive one or drive two, like whatever.
I just see it as on each occasion he's betting on the defense, which has a reputation. Early in the first half, you're betting on your defense to make a play because they've been kind of your horse. At the beginning of the season. All right, who cares? In the second half, going for a fourth down, call the right play. Just CD just didn't make the play there. Betting on your guys once again, and then kind of like you guys have both said on that third down. You're putting the ball in the hands of your guy, which is Dak at that point in the game, and Dak went to CD. So, I think it's smart calls all the way around. Just the last one just didn't work out, or two of them didn't work out. But
and the CD one, I mean, it hit him in the hands. So
yeah,
like it technically, so it didn't work out, but it worked out.
I got you. Yeah, I know what you mean. That's exactly how I felt. All right. I don't even know if we got to say anything about Mr. Rain Dakota Prescott, but there was a point in time where in that game where I guess right after that drop, CD kind of had a hole in his breadbasket, and he wasn't catching everything that was thrown his way, but Dak was on fire all throughout the game, and that includes Terrence Steele getting whooped a couple times and Biotish getting whooped. So, I mean, it's just nice to see just a fine QB performance that you felt safe all the way through the game. But I just want to give a quick shout out to Dak.
Yeah, and real quick too, because I'm always on the Tony Pollard hype train. Well, not necessarily, but I do defend him against y'all too, I think. But there's some criticism to go around for him too. Early in the game, missed block, and then later in the game, I know he scores. I know he scores on that drive. I think it was the next play, but hit him in the face mask. Jesus, Tony, put your hands up and catch the ball. Look, he was up to his running hard ways at times. Later, at some point in the game, no, Justin, I see the face you're making.
Bro, I want you to go look at.
I gotta.
Bro,
no,
yeah,
but
let me pull the challenge flag, bro.
Go ahead.
Did you? I mean, ain't to be a box score person, but the box score ain't right in this case.
I watched the game an hour ago or 2 hours ago. I watched it today, the full game.
Well, again, the box score don't lie in this case.
I think your memory is so biased you can't even remember the good runs.
I think you called him out appropriately, to be honest. But maybe actually, you know what? Yeah, I could use a little bit more Tony Pollard questioning.
Okay, yeah, and I mean, look, the missed block, the very next drive, Jamal Adams coming off the edge, he takes him out at the knees, gets up.
Bro, he screwed that up too.
He's the one who made the play. He got up, catches the ball, jukes him in.
Dak made that play, bro. Rudy, he screwed up the cut block. I get it, Jamal. No, Jamal. I get it. He's a good athlete, bro. But he almost completely whiffed on that cut. He didn't. You gotta blow up his. No, he didn't, because he
If
made
he had
the
enough
play.
time to take him at the knee and get up and catch the ball, and Jamal couldn't get up and make the play, then he did enough.
Bro, Rudy, I think you have an amnesia about what happened on that play.
I saw it an hour ago.
Because Jamal Adams should have had a sack, but your quarterback made a heads-up play.
Tony took him out at the knee to ensure that sack
Rudy,
wouldn't occur.
he didn't do a good enough job on the cut, bro. If our boy Skip Pete was still in the building, that man would have had an earful of him.
Nah.
All right. I will say this about Tony Pollard. Jake Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb, maybe a better ball carrier vision than that man TP at the moment. The way that boy Jake Ferguson was setting up blocks and getting first downs in the flat after he caught the ball in the flat was mighty impressive. And CeeDee Lamb in the backfield, oh boy.
I mean, there was some poor carrier vision from Rico Dowdle as well at some point. So I mean, it is what it is.
Rico don't be losing me a yard, so I'll take it. I think an apology is in order on my part and on yours. Earlier in the season, I was quick to praise Jordan Love, and then I quit on that man faster than Cowboys fans be quitting on their team. But that man done put it together yet again this season. It's gonna finish strong. But shout out to what a goofy ending that was. The rest had to steal the show from my man Jordan Love. But then again, I don't want to hear about crying for a pass interference on a Hail Mary. Absolutely not.
Oh, I got bigger problems with the pass interference early on that drive, but yeah, good no call. I don't know why that was getting hyped so much, but the one on, I guess the ref said, we saw Marquez Valdez-Scantling drop this before, so why we're not going to flag this one just because that man.
It's going to be the same result if he got contacted, by the way.
Yeah. But just to be fair, you might be right about the way we talk about Jordan Love midway through the season. But I did say weird things go down in Lambeau, and the way that man be protecting that house.
Bro, they're gonna make the playoffs. Just you wait.
Yeah, well, okay, so we can talk about that in a second too. I don't know about all that. Maybe dude, no, don't get me wrong. They've been playing well, but they're 5-6.
Let's stay on track.
All right, hold on. Because you started off with giving credit to Jordan Love after giving up, and that is totally fair. He's earned that. I gave up on him too, where at the way he ended last season, the connection he had with Christian Watson, I'm like, oh, this could be something. And then it didn't come out strong, and now they're connected nicely.
He didn't play last year, Rudy.
Sorry?
I said he didn't play last year.
Yes, they did.
No, that was like 2 years ago. He played one game against the Chiefs.
2 years? Dude, they finished the season. If it was last year, or it was 2 years ago.
That dude Aaron Rodgers is on his little song with Randall Cobb in that last game.
Well, then I'm okay. Take a breath because I'm trying to give some praise to the receiver right now. And so if it was old man throwing the ball, fine. But I'm saying the connection that they have right now is much improved to the way they started the season. And we saw it last week against, was it last week? Was Thanksgiving last week? Against the Lions, and we saw it this week against the Chiefs. So, no. That connection's working, and they're also spreading it around to a million other players, too. And so, LaFleur and the Packers got a little something going.
By the way, Rudy, they're 6-6 tied with the Vikings, so...
Sorry, that's a much larger improvement.
Playoff bound Lambeau.
I mean, honestly, the way that the Vikings stuff has been going down, they might pop off. They might not make the wild card, so it's possible. I'm not saying it's not, but
yeah, as a big believer in legacy franchises in the NFL, bro, it's nice to see Lambeau, might get a playoff shot, especially with Jordan Love at the helm. And nothing but young bucks in the receiving core and in the defensive backfield as well. But by the way, what the heck happened to Jair Alexander? That man just can't stay healthy no more.
He hurt, bro.
Oh, yeah,
Ian. Speaking of which, did you see like the top vote getters for the cornerbacks?
Jalen Ramsey, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think
Oh,
he's like in the top 3. But hold on, I gotta pull this up because that reminded me because I was like, bro, what is this list? Because
well, in a
Jair
way.
Alexander he wasn't on there. Obviously, he's been hurt. But hold on.
Well, as I filibuster for Justin, I mean, what about this list, bro? We could be saying that about the MVP list too, as well as everybody crying over hurt quarterbacks and whatnot in the AFC. Which, by the
All
way,
right,
we might as
I
well.
found it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
At the top of the list, we have Deron Bland, which that doesn't surprise me.
All right. I mean, no problem there, really.
Ian's reaction immediately just
Oh, I mean,
I'm not complaining.
that was pretty easy.
Okay.
Number 2, Jalen Ramsey. I think he's only played 4 games. That's
that
my
man,
guy.
yeah, just came back.
Number 3, Paulson Aladito from New Orleans, the Stanford man. Exactly. Number 4, Cam Taylor-Britt of the Bengals. Again,
oh my gosh.
exactly. Another one of them slot corners, I believe. Buffalo Bills, Rasul Douglas. I mean,
that man got traded this year.
Yeah, he got out of the pack. And apparently
What are we doing?
He's a Pro Bowler, potentially. Number 6, Darius Slay.
Absolutely. All right.
That's off reputation. That ain't performance.
Number 7, Charvarius Ward. Number 8, Stephon Gilmore. Number 9, L'Jarius Sneed. And then number 10, Kenny Moore. Well, the Kenny Moore doesn't surprise me. Well, I think that's off like a Bryce Young game. But the point of the matter is, we're the Ball Hawks no more, bro. They're a dying breed.
I know. I was gonna say I would just nominate Marcus Peters just cause, bro. At least that man made a pick 6 in prime time, and that man barely had the lung capacity to run it back, but he still made it look nice.
I got way too many technicians and sound breakup corners there. I got no flash. That's pretty gross. We've lost the way.
Yeah, and I can't be too hypocritical going, Darius Slay's only there off reputation and get mad at the newcomers coming in and doing something. But at the same time, yeah, you're kind of right on that, Justin. I'm not seeing the ball hawk there.
Sneed, that guy plays for KC, right?
Yeah.
That man deserves to be higher, in my opinion.
Well, he don't got the stats, bro. He's just physical. I mean, he's sticky in coverage. Don't get me wrong, and he's physical, but that's not what I want in a Pro Bowl, bro. I don't want the say that for the All Pro voting. Like, I need to...
Yeah, that's a good point. But to be fair, if we would just spend the rest of this time trying to come up with that list, bro, I think we would find it tough to find a ball hawk or somebody that just.
I know they're all
somebody that we
hurt,
admired growing up in the 2000s. Yeah, they're all hanged up or old or retired, man. It's a sad world. But speaking of old, hurt, and retired, let's check out that Monday night game between the Bengals and Jags. Ooh, easy. I know you extra salty because of the amount of the deposit.
There are some, dude. That game was atrocious, though. I'm salty.
I'm about to throw a flag on. I'm about to throw a flag on that too. Where's my flag? I'm out.
Go for it,
bro. I don't understand why people are saying these games are nasty, bro. It's just an NFL defensive battle, bro. Go watch college football. If you have a problem with like lack of offense.
I basically did. Monday night was a college football game. I basically did,
bro.
Dude, it was just screens by Cincinnati, Jags being trash.
Lulling the defense to sleep.
What did you like?
Lulling the defense to sleep. That's what was all saying.
Lulling the defense to sleep.
Rudy,
bro, you saw it. You saw it.
What did you like about that game?
You saw the Jake Browning. Yeah,
bro. Browning was kind of poised for a man that he didn't really look too poised at you. I mean, he didn't look like
to throw it 3 yards of play.
No.
That was a bunch of yak.
That man, that fourth quarter, he was pretty impressive. And OT, that man was commanding. You know what? I'm gonna dig up the Bengals again after that performance. I might pull them back up, bro.
Oh,
they might. if he keeps playing like at least half of that, woo, maybe. And then that defense still stout, so that's the real strength of the team.
Dude, that was such an ugly game.
Well,
Ugly.
you got beasts on the in the wide receiving core in Bengals. So all that dude man got to do, to Weezy's point, is get it to them short of this, just a pass line of scrimmage or down the field.
How many people?
Fresh
It'll
out
work
the
out.
half.
And you
fresh
got
out the half.
Joe Mixon too, toting the rock, bro. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Look, and Browning had one pass, probably more than 10 yards down the field, and it's a touchdown to Jamar Chase. So, look, you're not wrong about the receivers, but oh boy, there was no point in the
looking at
game.
the stat sheet.
No, it was right out of half. I saw the game. I saw it. No, and the pass was fine, but Jamar made the play. No, you watch that game and you tell me that that's an elite not even elite. Sorry,
I didn't say
good offense.
that.
No, I know.
Bro,
I stopped
the
myself.
strength of the team
That
is that
offense was
defense
disgusting.
now. The defense is the leader.
Low-key, they're complimentary
Everything that I
football.
thought that the Jags could do offensively, they didn't do. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you Cincinnati's defense are bums. They did well. But Jacksonville was also. What were they doing? They were being idiots. I mean, of course they lose Kirk somewhat early in the game. But and Justin, you have said that you believe Christian Kirk is number one receiver on that team.
Yeah.
But boy, that was disgusting.
I'm gonna have to apologize to Zach Taylor. That man had them boys ready to go on the road in a primetime setting without the quarterback. He got an opportunity, bro. They play the Colts this week, I think. They're gonna make the playoffs. I'm trying to hear now. Pittsburgh,
You have them so out of the playoffs.
I know.
Rudy, I'm not sure if Justin's even like caring what the matchup is. I think that man's just gonna end every argument with they're gonna make the playoffs.
He's exhuming the corpse.
No. Hear me out. Pittsburgh's in a disarray. They embarrassed themselves this weekend.
They might be better off with Trubisky than
I don't know.
Pickett.
I don't know.
Pickett doesn't know how to play quarterback.
You're not wrong.
And they have
Mitch...
an opportunity. They got an opportunity this weekend to play the Minshew mustaches.
See, I don't know what to make of that though.
This is you're saying the Bengals play them, or you're saying the Steelers?
Yeah, they played the Bengals played the Colts. Colts are in the playoffs right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Yeah.
Flacco taking the helm in Cleveland, bro. That old man. I'm telling you right now. I was too premature to bury them. I didn't know the others.
Also have wild card teams like the Texans and
Texans ain't in the playoffs right now. I don't think.
No. They're the same record. Or sorry, they have one game. They're one game above the Bengals right now. So if the Bengals are going to make the playoffs, they'd have to surpass the Texans.
Well, no, but to my point, two of the teams that are currently in the wild card spot are in their division, and they're pooping the bed. This is probably as best as it's gonna get, bro. They're dragging their feet across the finish line, and then they play the Colts this week, so that's another opportunity to get a tiebreaker. So, and I mean, we saw what happened to the Texans this weekend. Like, let's not be honest. Let's be honest about them. They ain't exactly like a guarantee to like make the playoffs. I know like they have players that they like. Yeah.
I mean, it was a tough matchup against a team that we all wrote off before the season with the Broncos. But, I mean, look, I get what you're saying, but I think you don't need to shovel up that dirt. You can leave the Bengals where they are. Let them rest in peace. But, look, their defense did show up. I'll give you that.
Let me say this. I kind of see Justin's point. I think I would believe more in the Bengals with a backup quarterback than I would the Texans. Just because just that complimentary football we saw on display Monday night with the Bengals. The Texans are a nice story, but we see the expectations maybe be, weighing them down a little bit now. Like, they were playing free and easy early
they got
on,
really
but now that they're getting
lucky.
But have you seen the Broncos give good games to like
no, you're right.
Teams?
But
no, you're right. But my point is, Oh, well, my point is, I think these last 3 weeks by the Texans have been very shaky. I know they played Cardinals, who have Kyler Murray back, but I think they were pretty lucky in that game. And then they lost. Didn't they have a bad loss to the Falcons?
Who is this? The Broncos?
The
No, the
Texans. The Texans.
Texans.
I just know that they've
They
had four
lost.
shaky weeks, I think,
They
in a
lost to
row.
they lost to the Jags.
Yeah.
Look, I
Okay.
mean the Broncos this season, as much as they were, again, like I wrote them off, they beat the Chiefs, they beat the Bills. Who? What else have they done recently?
I mean, they were on a 5-game win streak, I believe.
They
but
beat the Packers that we just complimented. I mean, they can play the game.
I
Man.
think the
So I
Bengals
don't
are better
wanna,
than the Packers, but
say it one more time.
I said if I were to bring a team back from the grave, I would put the Bengals as more likely to actually survive than the Pack.
I have to disagree with you there, man. I really do. I think the Pack, like, one, we talked about the offense, but two, the defense was putting pressure on Mahomes as well. No, man. I got to disagree with you there.
As you thought I was far fetched for saying that they're gonna make whatever, but
I do think you're far fetched for saying. Oh no, okay. All right.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's
never
a
mind.
long discussion.
Moving on, but to that point, the Texans. I mean, who knows about this weekend with the Jets? Probably not. But that defense is if they can get their minds right and not try and kill Zach Wilson, they could probably give Stroud some problems.
I think the Jets are gone, man.
Yeah, I think they've
The
given
team
up
as a
too.
whole, I mean, I just think the defense has given up. I think they're like, all right, screw it.
They played the Titans, but then they played the Titans twice, and then the Browns and Colts too to end the year. So that's a pretty. And then the Bengals, they got the Colts, like we alluded to, the Vikings, the Steelers, KC, and the Browns. So Rudy, I don't think it's too far fetched, bro. That's a lot of tiebreakers right there to be had.
Sure. I think you caught the Jags, or Cincinnati caught the Jags, a little off guard with the amount of screens they did compared to the previous. Dude, but people know what their game plan is now. Don't give me that. I'm not accepting.
I don't know,
I'm
but
not taking
okay.
Jake Browning to the playoffs.
We need to bury this, but also the Bengals just forwarded them a touchdown with that ridiculous interception. By
Tyler Boyd.
by Tyler Boyd. So like they even gave him a free,
Well,
they
the
gave him a
Jags
field
aren't
goal
serious. The Jags aren't serious.
All right, let me
They
just
would
say
have been
this. I
first
think
in the conference if they won, but whatever.
as Justin digs up the
Yeah, but that conference or that division is nonsense.
aren't they? Whatever. As Justin is digging up the Bengals, I'm gonna throw Jacksonville in their place because without Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I don't think he was that
man,
good. But
he's gonna play. He's gonna play this week.
okay, I saw
man
that thing, but I don't believe
he just
it,
got a
or I
high
saw
ankle
it.
sprain.
I don't know.
We'll see. But that South Division is kind of interesting now because I think aren't the Colts just like a game back? Bro, this is too much AFC talk. Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, Colts and Texans are tied at 7-5. You got Jags up a game on them, and then lastly Titans. They're 3 games behind. Get rid of them.
All right. Well, let's look at the lines real quickly before we get on out of here. They had a nice first quarter, and then Goof started goofing.
Dude, that's a team
I don't
that
know.
doesn't want to win. Like, it would be one thing if it was like Jameis comes in and starts making the touchdowns like he did a few weeks ago against, I believe it was the Vikings. But this was Derek Carr driving on you. Like, and I know you're a passion of the Carr believer, Ian. You wear your Carsifix around your neck.
We're sympathizing, not a believer. I'm just sympathetic to that man.
I just don't.
He's a good leader.
I don't know about that. I'm just sympathetic.
And we talked about, the Packers making a comeback, but you saw that game against them. You saw the game against the Bears. Like, I can't believe that. What I thought of the Lions a few weeks ago, I can't believe in them right now. Like, and again, this was like 6-7 weeks ago now, but the beatdown they received from the Ravens, and the Ravens are a very good team, but Jesus, no, the Lions, they're kind of bums.
quite a statement by a 9-3 team. But I won't push too hard back. I won't push back on that too much because they got a nice record. I'm not sure what their strength of schedule, whatever you call it, is, but kind of like the
This ain't
Texans said it.
all
It's
right. All
been
right, college football committee.
Oh, we're not talking college here. Get that out of here.
kind of like how we just said about the Texans. Or they've been kind of what do you call it? Going up and down. I don't know. It's been a little shaky lately. So it'll be nice to see how they do against the Cowboys, which I think would be a good test for them.
Yeah. Our two adopted teams, the Texans and the Lions, before they were popular. But I've gotta be a true parent and discipline them, bro. They gotta get their acts together before I take them serious as playoff contending teams. I mean, they're gonna probably both gonna make the playoffs, but the way they've been faring, it won't be a long trip.
All right. Now it's time for everyone's favorite segment, the weekly pick'ems. And we're gonna need to do a good old recap. Ian, how did we do last week?
Well, it's the same old story as Rudy brought up the rear once again.
Can you speak?
No, but I can pick him as your boy is currently on top. Is on top with 87 wins, Justin in second place at 84, and Wheezy trailing at 79.
Hold up, who won the week?
Justin did.
Yeah, that's what I
one
thought.
game.
That's what I thought. I know we weren't gonna try and sneak past that, but go ahead and take us away, Rudy, because lies.
You know, I was winning so much the last few weeks. I had to throw him a bone. Let's
Interesting strategy.
I gotta take care of y'all. Thursday night football. We go ahead and start off with and I'll just go ahead and say it's the Patriots and it's the Steelers and it's happening in Pittsburgh. The current spread is +6 to the Patriots. Who do you have?
Give me Pittsburgh, but we get starting Zeke this week, I think.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with Pittsburgh. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the Trubisky's. Give me Pittsburgh to cover that 6. Moving on.
No love for Ezekiel. Wow.
Yeah, he's there.
You led the charge against him.
Oh,
Me?
That's a lie. That's Rudy.
If it was up to Justin, Zeke would take every snap at running back for the Cowboys.
He'd get in the end zone, I'll say that. But
okay. Moving on to Sunday. We've got the Jags traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
Oh.
The current spread is Jacksonville +3. Who you got?
Give me the Browns.
Yeah, I guess I will take Fluco.
Clean sweep for the Browns.
You really thought you were going to get a game off that?
I would love one. Moving on. We've got the LA Rams. They will be traveling to Maryland to take on the Baltimore Ravens. The Rams are at +7 at the moment. Who you got?
Give me Baltimore.
Yeah, since they're at home, I'll take Baltimore.
Damn it. Okay, clean sweep again. Baltimore for me, Jesus. Divisional matchup in the NFC. We've got the Detroit Lions traveling to Chicago, take on the Bears. The spread is currently +3 to home team Chicago. Who you got?
Dang.
Yuck. That's what I got. But I don't know. Rudy, who do you
I'd
have?
know. Yeah, I got Chicago covering that, or winning with the +3.
Yeah, Wizzy's starting to speak some sense. I'll take Chicago as well.
Give me the Lions, I suppose.
There's a bear behind Ian, and that's what inspired. No, I'm kidding. I did have Chicago winning that one. Anyway, moving on. We've got the David Tepper Panthers
Oh.
traveling to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome to take on the Saints in Nolans. Currently, it's +5 to the Panthers. Who you got?
Bro, what an awful, awful, awful game that is. Um, give me New Orleans. Ain't no way.
As the
Oh,
man said, ain't no way. Give me the Saints.
where's Lattimore?
I don't know.
He hurt too? Nah.
Oh, damn, bro.
I just assume he's always hurt. I think he's played like 3 games since he's gone to the NFL. Go ahead and give me the Halos as well. Saints clean sweep. Moving on to a divisional matchup in the NFC, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. The current spread is 1.5 to Tampa Bay. Who you got?
Yeah, I don't even know what to think about this, man. Because sometimes the Falcons be like, "Hey, we win in the South."
Give me the Falcons.
Ain't no way, bro. Give me the power of Gig'em and Mike Evans.
Thought I was going to get one on both of y'all. Go ahead and give me Tampa. Justin, sorry to say it, bud, but you're losing one there. Moving on to a matchup of a potential or 2 potential wildcard teams. One according to Justin, one not according to me. We've got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Cincinnati, deep in the heart of Ohio, to take on the Bengals, where the Bengals are favored. Or sorry, they're not favored. They're given +1 at the moment.
What?
Who you got?
That's some BS. Screw it. Give me the Bengals.
I telling you, bro, them Bengals. Y'all, man, you acting like the Colts are like real murderous row, bro.
I just don't understand how they're somehow at the top of their almost at the top of their division. I just don't get that.
Who?
It's a
Colts?
bad division, and they all play each other, so they all have wins.
No, the Colts just like scratch out wins, bro. But
go ahead and say
Bengals
Cincinnati, Justin.
You could pick the Colts, Rudy. It's not that big of a deal.
I am gonna pick the Colts.
Okay.
All right, you got Cincinnati?
Yes, I think it's been
Ladies
clear.
and gentlemen, I've taken another one.
Ian, if you want to hear their wins this year, granted they somehow beat Baltimore, but that was weird.
He excuses. Okay,
that was an overtime game word.
They Titans, the Panthers, the Patriots, the Buccaneers, the Titans again.
This is the anti-Cowboys argument. Who have they beaten? Oh, they've only beaten losers.
No,
I'm going against your own team.
Not really. It's just credit to them, I guess. But let's not act like they're a better team than the Bengals.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've stolen another one. Moving on. We've got the CJ Strouds. The Texans are traveling to the Meadowlands to take on the Jets. The Jets are currently at +3.5. Who you got?
Yeah, like I said earlier, the Jets, they're ready just to let the other team win because they hate Zach Wilson that much. So give me the Texans.
I'll take the Texans as well.
And it is a clean sweep for
Saleh not careful, bro. That man could be on the hot seat come next season.
He should be. Dude, he should have been on the hot seat after watching Hard Knocks. That guy was pissing me off. The whole coaching staff was disgusting. They were we don't have to try anymore because we've got a 40-year-old quarterback. Okay, guy.
Yeah, that was misplaced trust, but that man can't be to blame for ayahuasca popping.
The fact that they were relying on him so hard, it's embarrassing to me. Moving on. We go to the 3 o'clock slate where we have a divisional matchup in the NFC. We've got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to San Francisco. Seattle is at +10.5. Who you got?
Yuck. They'll cover. Give me Seattle.
I don't know about that. Give me the Niners.
I, too, will take the San Francisco for the Niners. Moving on. We've got, oh boy, what a matchup this is. Excuse me. We got the Vikings traveling to Vegas to take on the Raiders. The current spread is the Raiders +3. Who you got?
Give me Vegas.
Wait, where is this game?
This is in Vegas.
Okay. Yeah, give me the Raiders.
It sounds like we believe the odds are in the Raiders' favor. I too will go ahead and take Vegas to win that one. So, yep, no advantage game there, unfortunately. We have an AFC divisional matchup here. We've got the Broncos traveling to LA to take on the Chargers. The Broncos are a +3 at the moment. Who you got?
Wow.
Free money. Give me Denver.
Yeah, give me Denver.
And it's a clean sweep for the fighting Russell Wilsons.
Weezy, you're gonna have to be ambitious here. So
I think every diversion of matchups is me picking against y'all, but okay, I need to be ambitious.
Not just as y'all just be agreeing with me too much.
Okay,
that's a lot. I pick
this
first.
guy.
I pick first like 80% of the time. So
Moving on. We have the Buffalo Bills traveling to KC to take on the Chiefs in the battle of everyone thinks we're good, but we're unserious. The spread is currently +1.5 to the Bills. Who you got?
you know, this is do or die for Buffalo. So give me Buffalo.
Yep, give me Bills.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I take another one. Give me Kansas City.
Ian, how many points is he behind?
Like 5. It's not that much.
Yeah, okay.
Again, it's just one a
It'll
week.
probably be like 8 coming into this week.
I mark that down right now. Everyone, you're watching this, go ahead and mark that down. This man, he knows not what he says. And now we get to primetime Sunday night football. Philadelphia traveling to Dallas to take on them boys. Philadelphia is currently at a +3.5. Who you got?
Really, the Eagles are favorite. Give me Cowboys.
No, Cowboys are favored, so it's Philly
Okay.
+3.
Oh, you said +3. I'm sorry, I thought you said minus. Yeah, give me Dallas.
Yes, sir.
And it's a clean sweep for them boys. No bias, just facts. We're telling you right now, Cowboys cover. Moving on. Oh, do we have? I apologize, folks. We have 2 Monday night. Why am I apologizing? Okay, I misread it for a second. There are 2 Monday nights for some reason.
What?
We got the Titans traveling to Miami to take on the Dolphins. Currently, the spread is +13.5 to the Titans.
What an atrocious. What is it? Why? Give me Miami.
Wow. Okay.
Bro, the Titans are in a bad way.
Oof.
And Miami tends to take care of business when it comes to bad teams. So
Ian?
I think you know what? I just think Vrabel will take it personally to stop this Dolphins offense. So this may be stupid, but give me the Titans.
No, it's not too stupid because Justin, sorry to tell you, you're wrong. Titans are going to lose by 12 in that game.
Okay.
And,
I don't think I've watched enough Titans this year, but go ahead.
That may be true.
I've seen a lot of Dolphins too, though, and that's a pretty unserious team. I don't believe in glasses and Rolex boy to cover that 13.5, so Titans for me. And lastly, we have the
Is this
Green
on like
Bay
a
Packers.
streaming platform or something? Like one of these?
No, I think they're both on ESPN.
Ugh. All right, go ahead, Rudy.
And lastly, the Green Bay Packers traveling to New Woke to take on the Giants. The spread is Giants plus 6.5. Who you got?
Is Tyrod back?
It's beyond me, bud.
Yeah, go ahead and pick while I go find this out.
3 words. Go, Pack, go.
Yeah, gotta love the Packers on that one.
Yeah, it looks like they gave the job to DeVito, so give me the Pack.
Hey! Oh! Why are you picking against?
Bro, that's man. That's something else, huh? All right, yeah. Packers it is. That's something else. But anything else?
Nah.
Let's get out of here! Blah!